Assalamu alaikum. Hello to everybody. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਚਾਲ ਹੈ? Sikandar Raza ਹੈ ਜੋ Punjab Kings ਨੂੰ join ਕਰੇਗਾ inshallah. So ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਹੋਏਗੀ soon.
Now let's come to IPL. Elaborate on the moment when your name came in the IPL 2023 mini auction. What were you doing, and when Punjab Kings secured your services for the upcoming season? How was your reaction? Like, how did you celebrate that moment?
Yeah, so we came from training, and I was in Nepal at that time. We came from training, and I was watching it on my phone while having lunch, and then I was told that there's an anti-corruption meeting for all the teams. So all the teams have to assemble in one of those halls. So while I was moving from the dining hall to the anti-corruption meeting, my internet switched off. You know, when you move through the hotel, sometimes the signals drop. So when the signal dropped, now I'm trying to refresh and find Wi-Fi, and I'm running around. But before I could find the signals, my phone started to ring, and it was good. It was on fire. I was getting calls from a very good friend of mine who's also part of some of those franchise teams, including the IPL. Sri. So Sri Bhai was calling. Sri Bhai was the first one to call me. Sri said, "Congratulations! All I can say is, well done. You deserve it. You've been picked by Punjab. Bye." I'm sitting at the auction table. I said, so I couldn't. I was like, but let me ask you a question. Hello, excuse me, Sri Bhai, and he was gone. He just said, "I'm happy for you, brother." So before I could see myself getting picked by Punjab, a lot of the messages and phone calls and videos, and there was a noise. And all the boys started coming towards me to say, "Well done, congratulations. Who picked you? Did you get picked?" So I didn't really see myself getting picked. It was only the people around me that saw it, or people who called me to tell me that I've been picked.
So did you celebrate after that big moment?
So the celebration came from so there's a very good friend of mine and a coach and a teacher, Mr. Umesh Patwal. He was there as well, and Umesh bhai said to me, "Let's go out and celebrate." And our celebration is over a cup of tea and a coffee, by the way. So we went out closer to the hotel, to the cafe. We had Sompal, Rohit, some of the other close friends, Malla from Nepal as well. So these guys carried along, and then we had a small cake which says, "Congratulations, Raza bhai, Punjab Kings." And we just had a very small celebration with a coffee and a cake. That's all.
Any special preparation for the upcoming season?
So special preparation will happen closer to the time. The path to get to IPL as it stands is a really blessed one, because I'll be playing continuous cricket. So by the time I join IPL teams for the camp, before the tournament actually starts, at least I'll be playing a lot of cricket. So it's not like I'll be just having net sessions. So I'm playing a lot of cricket up until then, and hopefully once I get there, spend 10 days or 20 days, however the camp is, or whenever I can make it, and try and polish and try and get better as quickly as possible. But the good thing is that I'll be playing a lot of cricket, so that helps.
So IPL is the future, T20 World Cup is the past. Let's talk about the present. How's your preparation for BPL?
Yeah, so I had a few days off. So I've landed today. I've played a warm-up match today. Seems to be striking okay. So these are always the good signs, but it matters the most when you come and play the big game, which is basically when the tournament starts. So the tournament starts in 2 days' time. So I'm really looking forward to the first game and hopefully start on a good note.
So Sikandar, working out is one of the most important part in placer's life. So what sort of training you do, like weight training, strength training, or mobility training, or anything else apart, please?
So I try and understand my strength basically, and I feel like my strength comes from speed, whether I'm fielding or whether I'm batting, my hand speed and my reflexes and flexibility, things like that. So I try and do a little bit of weight or strength training, but I try and do a lot of mobility, a lot of flexibility, a lot of speed training, things like that. So everybody is different in that regard, and if people can understand what their strengths are, so what gets the best out of them, so if they can stick to that, that goes a long way. I understand what gets the best out of me and what do I need to do, so I try and stick to those programs.
So Sikandar, I've read somewhere that you wanted to join Air Force. What made you change your plans?
So it wasn't a change of plan. I got medically unfit because of a small problem in my eye, which is called bilateral opacities. And then I had no passion to be, I didn't have a passion for any ground branches like aeronautical or anything. I just wanted to be a pilot. So once I couldn't be a pilot, I went away.
So which innings or performance of yours you would rate the highest?
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna say The reason I'm not going to pick the ODI 100 against India is because I couldn't finish the game. So had we finished the game, I think that would have been easily the best ODI inning of my career. So I'm gonna say the second ODI 100 against Bangladesh because I remember in the drinks break going into the changing room and saying to my coach that I'm really trying. It's just not happening for me. I'm not timing the ball. I'm not finding my rhythm. The flow is not there. And he said, "You're doing a great job. Just stay out there. You'll find the flow. Everything will come back." So the second 100 was a lot more grafty, was a lot more gritty, I reckon, than the first 100 against Bangladesh. So in recent past, I'm going to put that 100 as probably one of the best ODI innings I've played. And the bowling performance, I'm going to have to say, bowling performance would be against Pakistan at the World Cup was probably the best spell I bowled.
You were not feeling so much positive before the T20 World Cup 2022, but a WhatsApp video call with Dave Houghton changed everything. So could you please elaborate, like what happened?
So it's always tough to miss the training camps with the national team, as the previous coach wanted us to be part of every camp, and there were a lot of camps. So I was in Rajshahi, and I was given this interview today as well, that after the Afghan tour, even though I did really well, but I wasn't enjoying being in the changing room. I wasn't enjoying the cricket. So I just wanted to leave, and luckily the T20 Rajshahi opportunity came and I left, and somehow Rajshahi sort of freed me. Like, I wanted to find that enjoyment back in cricket again, and Rajshahi sort of gave me that. I just went out and played my cricket and expressed the way I wanted to. I got out cheaply, or I scored a 70 of 30 balls. It mattered to me, but what mattered the most was I wanted to be just free and start finding the enjoyment in cricket again. And then I remember having that phone call with Dave Houghton, and initially I was expecting he's going to say, no, I've given a set deadline. I want everybody back. I want you back for team bonding. I want you back for the first day of the camp. So I was expecting that, and had he said that, I was going to do it, because you ideally want to make a good impression on the new coach. So I rang him. I said, "Coach, let me know when you're free. I'd like to have a word with you." And instead of he telling me the time, he rang me himself. He said, "Raza, how are you? What's happening? What's up?" And I said, "Coach, this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. I know you've called for a team bonding for a couple of days before we head to Bulwayo for qualifiers and do team training. But I'm playing. What would you say?" And he said, "You don't have to come back. You've done enough of team bonding. Everybody knows you. And if you miss 1 or 2 days of team camp, mate, as long as you're playing cricket, just do me a favor, win the final and bring the trophy home." That's all he said. Yeah, once you're expecting something and the answer is totally in the opposite direction that you're hardly expecting, so I was like, wow. And that's when I was like, you know what? This is the time to just play. This is the time I'm gonna find my enjoyment again. And basically, if this coach asks me to run through a wall, I'm gonna run through a wall for him, because this sort of a man I needed in my life, who can manage me, understand me, and most importantly, I think while we had a lot of respect for Dave anyway, I think Dave gave us, all of us, especially the senior guys, that respect back as well that I thought was lacking in the past.